Hi everyone, how you all doing? Hope you all had a good week. Um this week, I want to talk about something which I've got into recently, and that is mentoring. Now, for a long time, I was, on the other end where I would look for mentors, for people to guide me, whether it was in my career, whether it was my entrepreneurial journey. And I was so happy to hear and be guided by them and all the life lessons from their side they shared with me and made my journey faster uh, towards success, and also many times helped me recover from failures. So I was very grateful to them, and I always make it a point where possible to mention them by name in respective forums. Say for example, just some time back on LinkedIn, I just thanked my top three mentors in the corporate career, and in another in the entrepreneurial journey, I thanked people who have guided me in that area. Um, so, being gratitude to them, it only is right that I start paying it forward and start using my skills in guiding people to live their best life, to be successful, to recover from their mistakes, counsel them, give them information, and even push them to be better than what I am today. And this thought was always in my mind, and I never actually took the initiative to start mentoring people until one day I got a random message from one of my relatives, actually, who just wanted some guidance on how to proceed with his life. And that was a starting point. And since then, there were a few other people as well. So, from being mentored, I am now moving into mentoring other people. And as I said, I never prepared for it. But one thing I can say is when I was approached, I was actually internally very thrilled and happy that I am getting an opportunity to share my experience, my life journey, lessons, mistakes, my mistakes, my my good stuff that I did, my ideas, my learnings with other people. And the more I was doing these mentoring sessions, I realized that the actual beneficiary, I mean, if you look at it, the person being mentored is actually supposed to be the beneficiary, and that is right. But I realized the actual beneficiary, from the perspective of me doing the mentoring, is me myself. And how can that be? Well, for me to mentor, I need to be at my best state, right? I need to go back, recall the best things that I did, my past, whether it's in career, entrepreneurship, even personal states, and see what did I not do well, what I did well, what I learned, and be up to date. It was and way reawakening for me to from my past in terms of using it to improve my future, so that I can help people that I'm trying to mentor. And to mentor, I also need to keep myself updated continuously with the latest books, videos, networking events, so that I offer the best possible, at least from my side, contribution to the person's, him or her journey. So it actually pushes me to be on my toes. And as this, I had some few, as I said, I had some few mentoring sessions on a periodic basis, and I find myself actually much better myself. I even discovered things about myself while talking to that person, or I remembered or recollected a lot of things, and it's just something which I feel I'm happy to say some comes naturally to me. Um, so the onus now is to on me to make sure the person I'm mentoring is successful, or it gets value for what I'm sharing with that person. So I break at this point to ask, what are your views on mentoring, right? Have you thought of mentoring as actual way of doing it, or have you mentored anyway in some form in your career, in your business, in your personal life? I'm sure many of you have, and I'm sure also that when you did uh, help somebody in a genuine way, you yourself felt happy. Now, I'm coming to a point here of a legacy. We are here for some time, and I think one sad part of life is many of us leave the planet, okay? Have left the planet and will leave the planet without sharing our learnings, which can make the world a better place, right? So many professionals, so many stories are just left out and not shared, and not only between community at large. I'm even talking within the family, right? and and that is something which is a wealth which I think should be shared. uh, Mentoring is in the way of a legacy, where your ideas, your best practices are carried on even if you are not here, right? And this is something I would encourage you to start looking at in small ways. And you might be surprised as at your way of influencing people. For me, there are the official mentorees, if that's a word. What I'm trying to say the people that I mentor, and the unofficial ones. So the unofficial ones I have now are my two sons, and in a way, I'm also mentoring them, or I should be mentoring them. And how I mentor them, right? It's not only talking to them with they're young, so that's not much of an option. Although I do talk to them, but not to the level of how a grown-up person would understand, but also by my examples, what I do, what I should not do, right? And that also is a form of mentoring, right? And as they grow older, and talking to them more as grown-ups, to help them in their life, to not do the time wasting tactics or the mistakes that I did, so that they can become much better than me. Mentoring is also, is selfless. It does give back to you big time. I can quote one example. I remember I was in a car in Dubai, a bit of traffic, and I got a call all of a sudden, and I picked up the call, and it was a lady, a young lady who I worked with in my earlier company. And on that day, she called me very happy to say that she's got a promotion. I said, "Congratulations, well done, you deserve it." And then she stopped me abruptly and said, "Listen, I know you are going to say that, but that's not the reason I called. I called you to say that you are the reason that I'm here in this position, this promotion. I got this promotion today." And I just, I'm short of words, she said, to say how much I'm in gratitude to you. and all I can say is thank you, and God bless you for what you have done for me, even though we are not very good in terms of personal, but we didn't know each other personally prior to her coming to the job. And she said after the conversation was over, we hung up, and I was over the world. I was so happy inside. And what I have to add is, at that point of time I was going through a personal, say, issue. It was a bit of a serious level, and I was down during that time. But this phone call just lifted me up and actually pushed me to get out of it and do something good for myself instead of mourning on that issue. So this is something I always remember. It always comes back to you, and the more you give out, okay, without any expectation, it does come back. And sometimes it doesn't come back always to you. It comes back to maybe your next generation, your kids, but it does come back. So I end this video on this topic. Encourage you to look at mentoring as something for you to do. If you have any questions, please feel free to come back to me. I'd like to remind you, please like this video if you found it beneficial to you, and please share it if you feel that it will be beneficial to other people that you know. Thank you, and have a great week. Bye bye.